Oh man, what a turnaround on the day, guys. That was an unreal second half of the day that we just saw. We got to break down the markets in this video. Of course, we're going to go over SPY, Triple Q, and we have to break down some stocks, a couple that reported earnings. So sit back, relax, and let's just dive into the video. And oh, by the way, if you want some free stocks, free money, 13 free stocks from Moo, each up to $2,000 with a $100 deposit, link down below. And you could also get 12 stocks from Webull with any amount deposited. And with that being said, let's dive into the video. So like I mentioned, guys, we had a crazy second half of the day. And the index is, it wasn't like a crazy close to the day, like we had a 2% green day or anything like that. SPY only went up 0.3%. The NASDAQ pretty much just broke even. The Dow went up 0.5%, and we actually saw the Russell go down 1.1%. So the Russell still did not do well today. But when it comes to SPY, it was at 390 at about 1 p.m. on the East Coast, so 3 hours left in the day. It was at 390, and then it ended up running all the way and closing at 396. We're talking about a 1.5% up move in the last 3 hours of the day here on SPY. And for Triple Q, let's see what this did. It went from 292 in the middle of the day, about 1 p.m. on the East Coast, and it closed at 299. So it went up over 2.1%, guys, from 292 to 299. Big move for Triple Q. So that's pretty interesting. It's not the end-all be-all in terms of the bear market's over now, we're reversing. It's nothing like that, but the shift, in momentum in the middle of the day was pretty remarkable. And here on the 20-day chart on Triple Q, we're still clearly in a downtrend, which is why I'm saying don't get too excited, guys. It's not the end of the downtrend by any stretch of the imagination, but we got a relief rally, that's for sure. That could have been the relief rally. Maybe it continues heading into tomorrow. Maybe we touch 303, maybe 304 on Triple Q. Maybe SPY goes, let's see here on the 20-day chart for SPY, maybe towards 400, 402. But if we get rejected at 400 on SPY, 398, we could be going back down towards the low 390s on SPY, maybe Triple Q if it gets rejected at 300, 303. It could start going back to 290, and maybe even it breaks the low from earlier today. And mind you, guys, there's still a lot of volatility in these markets. Do not just think now that we're going to start running back up. And I doubt anybody out there even thinks that. You guys know, for the most part, there's a lot of volatility. We're up one day, down the next. And I think that's just going to be how it is moving forward here. And it's been that way. This is nothing new, right, guys? So with that being said, let's go over here to Webull and see what's going on with Bitcoin and Ethereum. So right now, as I'm filming this video, this is Ethereum, by the way, it is sitting at roughly 1580. So it's up about 1.7% as I'm filming this. And this is still at a point where it's not really breaking out or reversing to the upside, even though it's up a little bit right now, as I'm filming. We're still clearly at a lower high here. If I maybe pop up the 30-minute chart, you guys will be able to see it. Yeah, look at that. We're at a lower high right here, under the high from just a couple of days ago in the end of August, which was at 1750. So until we start breaking out of that point, we're still at a potential bull trap spot here on Ethereum. And you can see it again coming back to the 4-hour chart, maybe even on the hourly chart. Yeah, you'll see it even better. Does this look like it's trying to break out to you? It's not. It's really not quite yet there, in my opinion, based on what I'm seeing here on these charts. And if I pull up Bitcoin, let's see what's going on with this. BITC, where the heck is it, guys? Sometimes it doesn't pop up here. Why does it do that? Come on, Bitcoin, where are you? No, this is Bitcoin Cash. Nobody friggin' likes Bitcoin Cash. Where's Bitcoin? There it is, guys. There we go. Finally. Bitcoin is currently at 20,000. Pretty much at break even. It's no joke at break even right now. Up 0.03%. Pretty much flat on the day. And if I zoom out maybe on the 4-hour chart, you guys are going to see what I said with Ethereum applies here on Bitcoin. We're still clearly at a point where this could be a bull trap. The little rally, barely, anything of a rally, but this little up move we've seen, maybe it, maybe it continues, but I don't know. I feel like this is just consolidation before we get the next leg down, but that's just me. That's how I'm feeling. So, what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. As always, hit that like button if you haven't done so already, and make sure to subscribe. That helps me out overall in the YouTube algorithm, and I appreciate you guys as always. So now let's transition back over to ThinkOrSwim and break down some stocks, because we had Lululemon and we had Broadcom report earnings today after the bell. And fun fact, I did not look at these earnings yet, so let's see what's going on. Lululemon, let's talk about that one first because it's probably a little bit more popular. Holy smokes, look at that. It closed at $294, guys, and now it's at, and mind you, it had a 2% red day. Now it's at $320 after the bell. Holy crap, it's up 9% after the bell. So let's read through the live news tab here and get a gist of what in the world is going on to cause this stock to shoot up like crazy. So it looks like, give me a second here, guys. They ended up doing EPS of $2.26. All right, adjusted $2.20. On revenue of $1.87 billion, where they had inventories at $1.5 billion. A lot of inventory. Okay, that's a lot. That's kind of the pattern that we're seeing here with a lot of these companies. And they see Q3 revenue of $1.78 to $1.8 billion, Q3 EPS of $1.90 to $1.95. What are the estimates here, though? Are they guiding above estimates? Did they double beat? It's not showing here. Oh, here we go. Oh, wow, there we go. I mean, that's it. There we go right here. They see Q3 EPS of $1.90 to $1.95 versus the $1.78 estimate. So that's above the estimate for guidance. That's always good. Revenue $1.78 to $1.8 billion versus the $1.73 billion. That's above the estimate. That's always good. So there you go. I mean, what else do you want? What more do you want to know? I mean, that it's pretty much all it takes for a stock to shoot up after earnings. And it's not always that it shoots up after guidance being raised, but a lot of the time it does. And in this case, full year 23, they adjusted sales from 7.86, or rather it's 7.86 to 7.94 versus the 7.69 estimates. So they're crushing on all cylinders, at least for guidance. And the stock is ripping, guys. You all can see here on the 4-hour time frame now, we are breaking out of that 315 alert that I have set here. That was the resistance pretty much nonstop, other than just a couple of days where it broke up to 330. 315 was resistance since the middle of May. And, we took that point out. We're at 322 now after the bell. Maybe it cools off a little bit. It probably will to about 310, 315. But overall, this is a step in the right direction. Now we have kind of, the guidance that, all right, maybe the next quarter, the next couple of quarters, they're going to be pretty decent. They guided up. So this could give confidence to the investor. And we'll see if this trend continues, which as of now, we're breaking out of the moving averages. Again, 315 as well. This is a very good sign for Lululemon. So AVGO, let's pull that up. Is this doing well as well? It is. It's up $8 after the bell. It closed at $492. Now it's at $500. Let's pull up the live news tab and see what's going on here. So EPS came in at $9.73 versus $9.56 estimated. So they beat EPS and they beat on revenue, $8.46 bill versus $8.37 bill. So double beat for Broadcom, nice, and they see Q3 or Q4 sales of $8.9 billion versus $8.37, or rather $8.73 billion. So that's a beat on Q4 sales guidance, which is always great, like I said with Lululemon. And let's see, there's not much other data here from the report. Let's see here. Broadcom CEO Hocktan says they expect networking segment to be up 30% year over year in Q4. It says in Q4 expects server storage connectivity revenue to grow about 45% year over year. Pretty solid. So Broadcom, it's up. It's up $8 after the day, which for a $500 stock, it's not much, but I'd say it's pretty decent. They double beat. Revenue guidance is above the estimate. So let's see if we get some sort of rally on Broadcom. It's definitely being down. There could be more upside here. And if it starts seeing that relief rally, who knows? Mid 500s could be right around the corner. 530, 35, 550. Keep your eyes on it. Ticker symbol AVGO. So with that being said, guys, let's run through some other stocks before we wrap up this video. I think I have a couple here on my phone that I want to talk about. Oh, wait a second. I forgot about crude oil. That's what I wanted to look at. Let's take a look at oil very quickly. I should have done this in the beginning of the video. But oil, guys, what did I say? This thing completely has collapsed, and we called out the potential bull trap. Well, it was a potential bull trap. Now it became a bull trap in the future. Fast forward a couple of days. We were talking about this a couple of days ago when crude oil was at 93, 94, 95 a barrel. I mentioned to you guys we have an inverse head and shoulders. We still have it drawn out here from a couple of days ago. And I said if we break out of 96, $100 could be the next spot where the right shoulder completes. We get that leg up. And we clearly didn't do that, right? I said if we fail at 97, we dump under the moving averages, we're going to start going for the leg down. And it looks like that's what ended up happening. Today, it's alone 3.5% red day for crude oil. Absolute disaster for crude oil. And it's at 86 a barrel right now. And I think the low from a couple of days ago, or weeks ago rather, about 2-3 weeks ago, was at 85, 80, 86 a barrel. So we're a stone's throw away from taking out that low. It's probably going to happen, guys. It is coming. And if we draw out some levels here, where could crude oil go? We're going to have to pull up that yearly chart now, guys, because we're getting to a low on that 4-month chart. If I extend this right here, we're noticing now we are approaching the highs from October of 2021, November of 2021, right? Just about a year ago. That's where we were, 85 a barrel, which is where we are now. So if that point gives, we start breaking that, we're going to be at a pretty low point on this yearly chart for oil. I mean, we could start going 80 a barrel. I mean, if that were to break 80 a barrel, we're talking 74 to 5 after that. So this could get ugly quick. I mean, this is setting up for a leg down by the looks of it. I mean, everything is pointing to more downside here. We have that death cross. We're under the moving averages. I mean, what more do you want to see? You know, we're hanging on by a thread above 85, 86. I think we're going to 80, maybe even lower on crude oil here in the short term. So let's take a look at some other ones. I think I wanted to look at Snap today because Snap is moving like crazy. Snapchat went up 6%, 7%. 7% on the day. Another big day for Snapchat. And it ran up a lot yesterday, if you guys remember. It was up, I think, 30% at one point. And now from the lows yesterday at 877, it's up about 30% to where it closed today. So big move, it's been a big move these past couple of days on Snapchat. And now if we look on the 4-hour chart, I talked to you guys about this before. If we start getting towards 13, which we're getting pretty dang close now with how it was moving or how it's been moving in the past couple of days, we could get there fast if this momentum continues. You know, if we crack 13, the highs from middle of August, not too long ago, about 2 weeks ago, we have a wide open gap to about $15.50, $16.50, maybe even higher than that, $17. And I do have another alert set at about $17 a share here. So Snapchat, 7% green day. You got to watch it. Momentum is definitely in the stock right now. Tesla, let's take a look at this. Tesla went up 0.5% today, and it's just still at that point where we have to wait for direction. You know, we're not quite yet getting a crazy amount of buying pressure, volume. I mean, we only had a 0.5% green day today. But then again, the rebound from earlier was pretty dramatic today. I mean, it was at 266 earlier. Now it's at 280 in the post-market. It is up 5% roughly. So it is reversing pretty nicely. But again, clearly still on a downtrend on the 20-day chart. On the 4-hour chart, we're noticing we got to get back over 300. And if we do break 300 on Tesla, hey, I'll set my alert there. You know, this is where we could start getting that leg up, you know, that next breakout. But we're not anywhere near that as of now, at least. And we'll see how the next couple of days end up playing out. So we also had Netflix go green today pretty nicely, which Netflix, I think, has come up a little bit, a decent amount over the past couple of months, really, but it's been doing it very slowly. A couple of months ago, it was at 162. Now Netflix is at 230. In other words, it's up 43% in just the past couple of months. And really, it's technically it's not looking good, but 43%, that's a pretty remarkable move. But what worries me from a technical perspective, technical standpoint here on Netflix is we're still technically trading. You guys remember when we gapped down aggressively after not this past earnings report, but before that, we're still in that gap. You guys see it here. We went from 330, 340 to about 162. Who's to say we don't fill the gap back to 300, 330? And then another report comes in, we get nailed again, and then we start going for another leg down. I mean, that's kind of what I'm nervous about at this point with Netflix. So for that reason, technically, I'm not in it. But if we start getting buying pressure, let's say above 275, 300, especially above 300, I'm going to have to start watching it a little bit more, aggressively, if you will, or intently. I don't know what the right word is, but you guys know what I mean, what I'm trying to say. So let's see, how long are we in here? About 15, 16 minutes. We can run through a couple of more lows. I think we covered lows a couple of days ago. Yeah, lows right now had a 1% green day. We are starting to get some buyers at about 190, 195, which is good, considering that's right by the 180 SMA on this 4-hour chart. So if Lowe's does crack above, I'd say 200, which I don't know why I don't have an alert there, but I'll set one right now. If we break 200, guys, that's the reversal spot. Probably back towards 210, 220, LOW. Watch out for. And let's see what the competitor is doing, guys. Home Depot. This is under the moving averages. Not as good of a chart. Not nearly as good as Lowe's. And look at that. Target today had a 3% green day. I'm a little bit nervous that this is a head and shoulders in the making because, quite frankly, the way I'm looking at it, it is. Look at that, guys. It is a head and shoulders, pretty much, right? So we got to break out, in my opinion, for me to trade it above 170. We got to crack the neckline right above that point. That's been a resistance for a good couple of weeks. So I'm going to set my alert now at $170 for target. Mark is at or above. There we go. And we're pretty close. That could break at any minute now, any day, and we'll be able to trade it potentially. Not we, me, you guys, as always, must always do your own research. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap up the video. If you enjoyed it, smash that like button, subscribe. Again, all you got to do is that, and that helps me out a lot in the YouTube algorithm, and I appreciate you guys as always. And if you want to support the channel a bit further, check out the Patreon link down below. Grab yourself some free stocks, 13 stocks from Moomoo with a $100 deposit. Each of those could be up to $2,000, linked right down below, and you could also get 12 stocks from Webull with any amount deposited. And with that being said, I will catch you guys in the next video. And oh, by the way, I made a video about NVIDIA, tongue twister, video about NVIDIA earlier today, so go check it out. I dive solely into that stock in that video, what's going on with it, so go check it out. I'll see you guys there. Peace out.